record. Welcome, everybody. I think everyone on this call knows who I am, but in case you are watching the recording, I am Amanda Walsh, and I am a two-star diamond coach. Lindsay is my upline coach. I've been a coach for about 2.5 years. I work full-time still, so I work the business part-time and wish I could work it full-time. Let's just say it that way. Today I got a glimpse of that, and I got to go sit up at my pool and just work from my computer, laying out at the pool, and thought, gosh, I could do this every single day. So hopefully that will happen. I'm working to have that choice to be able to walk away from my full-time job sooner than later. So I'm looking forward to that. I just spent the weekend in Vegas, so that was super fun. And today I decided that we would talk about connecting, not only connecting with like prospects, as now if you're using Teamsy, you might be using that language a little bit more, but also connecting with your customers, connecting with coaches. And I'm going to talk about things in not just connecting through messaging. Hi, Carly. But also connecting in other ways. So hopefully you'll get some tips out of that. I lost my notebook. But I wanted to start, we do have a couple little just kind of like housekeeping things, and I always like to start with a few shout outs. So really quick, right before I jumped on this call, I went on to my personally sponsored and checked Success Club points for some of my coaches, and just wanted to give a couple shout outs. One to Megan, who's at Success Club 7. I know she has a goal of hitting 10 every month, so I'm sure, I have no doubt that she will hit that. And a huge shout out to my sister Sheila, who has a 3-week-old and is at Success Club 4. So even with the little baby at home, you could still work the business, and while they're feeding, you're on messaging people, right? Talking with people. And I know she's really focusing on helping new moms, helping moms who are breastfeeding and things like that. So I feel like her market has changed a little bit. And as with many of you, like Carly's market right now is moms to be, right? So your market will change too as things in your life change. So just keep that in mind. You go through different seasons. You go through different people that you may be talking with. You go through different things that you might be focusing on. So just know that. Hi, Lindsay. Hi, Beth, that just jumped on. Welcome. Another thing that we needed to talk about really quick, actually, does Lindsay have any shout outs, or Carly does anybody have any shout outs that they want to give? Anybody? Yes, Lindsay, let me unmute.
Hi.
Hi.
You look so summer and beautiful.
Yeah, you look tan.
I'm still in like Vegas mode, so.
Makeup looks good. Woo! Working Beachbody full time looks good on you.
Right.
So my shout out today is for Brianna Bailey, who is not on the call because she just had a baby today.
Oh, she did.
So that's exciting. She's the coach on my team. And so she's awesome. You guys have seen her in the shout outs before, but she just had a baby today. And then also shout out to Katie Johnson for being at Success Club 3, and it's her second month. She hit Success Club her first month, so she's on the way for her second month. And then Courtney is also at 7 this month. She's the highest point earner thus far. So that's all I've got.
Awesome. Thanks. Carly, do you have anything you want to say?
I think I'm on mute.
I unmuted you now.
Oh, hi. Hi, guys. Yes, you do look tan. I'm so jealous.
Thanks.
Hi, everyone. I have a couple shout outs. You do. Oh, look at that tan line. Yes, so I have 2. I'm actually kind of, as all of you know, I'm like less than 6 weeks out of having a baby here. So I'm actually trying to pass off some of my responsibilities, and the team has been awesome. Push Play It Forward. And I wanted to give a shout out to Colleen Berry. I think I did her last month, but she already hit Success Club 11 this month. She's like in her 4th month of coaching. And then Jackie Dugan is already at Success Club 6, and she is actually leading our team call next month. So wanted to give those 2 a shout out, but that's about it.
Yay, awesome. Does anyone else have any shout outs to anybody that they want to make? Awesome. Okay, so yay for shout outs, yay for everybody. It is, what day is it? The 23rd of the month. So we still have 8 days left in the month, so it's not too late to hit Success Club. Remember how important Success Club is. I believe the prize this month is a webinar with, I can't remember who, but it is a webinar call with somebody. Eric Worre, maybe? No, did I just make that up? I'm not sure. If anybody knows, you can throw it in the chat. I should probably know that. And also, if you're going to Summit, there's a couple things that you need to know in order to go to the Success Club party. You have to hit Success Club 10 in May and June and have a combined total number of Success Club points of 25. I just re-looked at that today to make sure to see what was up. So these special parties are generally a lot of fun. So I'm not sure if, if some of us get in and some of us don't, what we'll do, if we'll go or not go, but it's still nice to try and earn those. So I know I've earned them the last 2 years. So it's just nice little extra bonus. So you can shoot for those. And they usually end up like throwing in other little things that we can do before Summit to get like your photo taken with certain celebrity trainers and such. So we'll probably be hearing about that kind of stuff coming up in June. So make sure you pay attention to your back office, pay attention to that right-hand side where they announce all of the news. Because that is where you will find out about all of those awesome promotions. So, but along with that, the next thing I want to talk about is the New Coach University. So far so good. It's going pretty awesome. We've been getting some really good feedback from some of the new coaches going through it. They really like the university. Some things that we were a little bit struggling with was people adding themselves to the group or filling out the application before anything else was happening. So essentially before they had a new coach call with their upline coach, or before they even got an email from their upline coach, because maybe they got added to the Fit Warriors group or the Goal Getters group or the Push Play It Forward group or any of the groups where it had the application at the top, pinned it to the top of the page. So they were doing that right away and missing all of the beginning stuff. So that 5-part welcome that we created, that should be duplicated by everybody in the downline, like that was getting missed. So then we were getting people in the group asking questions and just feeling a little bit lost because they had missed a bunch of steps prior. So we decided to kind of change up how that process is going to happen. So we actually want everybody from the team to add themselves to the new coach support group. And then you are going to be responsible for adding your new coach to that group when they are ready. And then you can kind of welcome them. If you actually go in the new coach support group today, I did that just to prepare and to kind of show you guys. So I added Jackie to the group today. And so I just welcomed her to the group and I just said, welcome to the new coach support group, Jackie. Please make sure that you post an introduction to the group about yourself so that now she knows and she's getting kind of a welcome from her upline coach, because I'm the lead coach right now, but in a week, I'm not going to be the lead coach anymore. But at least I'll still be there, and at least I was able to welcome her to the group. We just felt that, a lot of people, it was just getting confusing, and it was confusing for us to kind of know, okay, who filled out the application, who needs to be added, who's already gone through, a new coach call with their coach and has done the 5-part welcome system. So we're hoping that this will eliminate some of that confusion and make it a little bit more welcoming from their coach. Also with that, we haven't had the best participation in the new coach support group. So Carly and I post every night with a little bit of motivation and basically a question or asking them to check in, like, where are you? I want to give a shout out to Lindsay Francis because she is like our rock star in there, always sharing, always posting, and gets on our new coach support calls. So awesome job, Lindsay. But we need to see more participation. And I think that if the coach, the upline coach would check in, and maybe you are, but be a little bit more specific when you check in with your new coach to just like ask them about the new coach support group. Remind them to, ask them, where are you in your checklist for the new coach university? What step are you on? Is there anything I can answer for you? Make sure you're checking in with the group every night. sharing your activity. Because I know sometimes, because I just talked to Jackie, my new coach, tonight, and she's like, I'm already overwhelmed. And I'm like, oh, you're not even in the new coach university yet. She's like, I don't even know what to do. What should I focus on? And I'm like, you need to focus on watching one video a night and start connecting with people. And that's all I said. I said, start connecting with 1 to 3 people a night. She's already posting all over social media, which she's already doing. But she felt like she needed to invite 1 million people and talk to 1 million people. And I'm like, slow down and just take it a little bit slower. And I think sometimes that's what happens is they're not even sure what to share because they're not even sure that what they're doing is actually what they're supposed to be doing. So I think just like building that confidence and helping instill that in the new coach and just helping them know that it's okay, that what they're doing, if they're posting on social media, if they're watching a video a night, if they're starting to connect with people, like those are the important things to get going right away. And if they're doing that, then they're on the right track and the rest will come. Because she was already asking about like objections and consultations and this and that. I was like, slow down a little bit. That'll come and I'll help you when you need that. But just focus on connecting with people on a more personal level. So with that, hopefully that all makes sense with the New Coach University. So basically we want everybody in the team to add themselves to the New Coach support group. But let the lead coaches still lead that and just welcome your new coach to the group. And then, just support them on the outside through messaging so that it doesn't get, because I feel like if we were all commenting in the new coach support group, that's what's going to get overwhelming. So we don't want that, but we just want you to be the ones to add your new coaches. So hopefully that will help and help streamline things a little bit. So with that, I am going to be talking about connections tonight and connecting with people all over the place, right? So obviously most of us use Facebook. I think a few of us use Instagram as well as our primary source of promoting, connecting, etc. This goes back to, so mainly one big reason why I wanted to talk about this tonight is because in the past couple of weeks, I've gotten questions from a couple coaches about inviting and how do I invite in the cold market and how do I do that and this and that. And I always go back, well, how many people are you connecting with? How many people are you just talking to? Not about the business, not about a challenge group, but just connecting with on a daily basis. And most of the time they weren't doing that regularly. Many people focus on the invite and lose that connection piece. And I know Lindsay talked about this a couple months ago, I think it was. She had done the same thing with some of her new coaches. I think Nicole might have struggled with this at a point where Lindsay said, invite to your cold market, invite, and again, lost that connections piece. So then Lindsay said, okay, now focus on connecting. So let's all focus on connecting, and that invite will come. Something that I've been hearing a lot lately on other calls that I've been listening to and videos that I've been listening to is that what you do today is going to pay off 30 days from now, maybe 60 days from now, maybe 90 days from now. So it's really easy to you want it to be quick and you want to get through a connection and get to an invite and get them in the challenge group. Because if you're not being consistent, then you get to the end of the month because you weren't working how you should have at last month. So now you're struggling again and you're trying to quickly get people to join your challenge group so you can get Success Club points. And then you're just rushing that connection. We all know Lindsay's awesome at connecting. Connecting is something that I struggled with for a while, but I think Teamzy has really helped me because it just put me, if you look at Teamzy, it just says connect, connect, connect. Rather than, and then it's invite and add, but it's connect with prospects. And that is your highest number in Teamzy is connecting with prospects because the connection is what's going to eventually get you possibly to an invite, but you want to focus on that connecting. I don't know if anybody else listened to Carl Deichler did a podcast. I don't even know where. I guess it was on the Beachbody 411 podcast. I'm not sure. But it was a couple months ago, and I listened to it, and he was talking about the 4 vital behaviors. And he actually wants to change the first vital behavior. I know I've talked about this in a couple of my other team calls on just my personally sponsored, but I don't think I've talked about it here. But he actually wants to change the first vital behavior. Instead of it being invite, 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 he wants it to be attract, connect, invite. And that just made so much sense to me, because that's what we do. We use social media to attract people around us, right? We're posting our story. We're sharing our why. We're sharing why we joined coaching, why fitness is important, why health is important. We're attracting people on social media, and then we're connecting with people on a more personal level, whether it be about a challenge group or about coaching or just about life in general, which is where we should start. And then you get to that invite. Very few times does a cold invite actually get me anywhere. Okay, I have done it before, like a cold invite to a free clean eating group, but most of the time those invites, like those people don't end up really getting anywhere with me if I'm not personally connecting with them on a daily, weekly basis, whatever it may be. So that, what Carl said, really hit home, and I really hope he does change that. And I really hope more people like learn that or just start thinking of it in that way. But I think that really just really made sense to me. And it took that pressure off of the invite, right? And that it put more of an emphasis on that attract and that connect, because you need both of those before you can invite somebody. So with that said, I'm going to talk about some of the ways that I connect with people. Obviously, Teamzy has helped with that, right? And we've talked about just connecting on a personal level, messaging people, and just hey girl messages. And I know Lindsay doesn't like the hey girl, and some people don't, but I was listening to Christy Curtis today, and I realized, I think for the first time today, that hey girl doesn't mean you have to say hey girl, but it just means that's the type of message you are sending. It could be, hey Nicole, hey Carly, hey Rob, blah, 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 whatever you're going to connect with them about. Remember, when you're making your connection, so like Lindsay did her power hour for all of you last week. Was it just a week ago? No. Yeah, it was. Just one Monday ago. If you did not record that call, or if you did not watch that recording, do you have wine? I'm so jealous. If you did not watch that recording, make sure you do that, because she does show you exactly what a connection is. Just going to somebody's page, saying hi, seeing what you have in common with them, and then connecting with them about that. It's that simple. And sometimes we make it more difficult than it needs to be. So just make that connection with them in some way. If you don't make a connection with them, then maybe you shouldn't be talking with them. Is something that I've come to a conclusion with, is that, well, if I don't connect with anything on their page, then maybe I shouldn't even be talking with them in the first place. So, be conscious of that. But obviously that part is easy. But one thing that I think I wanted to talk about and share is not connecting on that message level, but connecting by liking and commenting on their posts. Because if they see you liking and commenting on their posts, then when you do message them, it's not going to feel as out of the blue, right? Because they're going to see you more active. If you're liking and commenting on their posts also, it's called the Facebook affinity. You're going to end up showing up in their feed. They're going to end up showing up more in your feed. But even without the feed, I know I've talked about the Facebook list before, but I'm actually going to show you how those work. I still think people don't know what the Facebook lists are all about. So I actually just updated my list today. You can see this, right? So I made a list of all the challengers in my Push Play May group, and I have a Summer Slim Down group that I'm running with Lauren right now. So I have both of those going, because now that I'm not using Facebook groups for my challenge groups, I'm using the app. I still want to connect with those customers and those challengers on Facebook. So if I put them in a list, so if I go to my, wrong group. If I go to my Push Play May list, which I'll show you how to create one in a second, these are everybody, this is everybody that is in that group. It's a very large group. So I actually see all of their posts. They don't get just lost in my feed. So now I can connect with Amy, and she's always traveling, so I can comment on her posts and not get lost in the rest of the Facebook world. Anybody else have a lot of Nerium friends? Or one that posts a lot? Okay, so it's literally just everybody that's in that group. All of their posts will show up. Not just the posts that show up in your regular feed. I also do that for, like I just created, oh, I didn't put them up there, a top 10 customers. So 10 people that I'm been talking with that are close to purchasing a challenge pack possibly. They're in here so that I can see their posts and make sure that I'm liking and commenting and focusing on them. I'm connecting with them on a daily basis, right? So I might do this for a week, 2 weeks, and then switch up my lists. I also have a top 10 coaches list. So to make a list, so over on the left, you scroll down, you're looking for where it says friends, then you click more, and then you create a list. And then you can just add people. I'm just making things up right now. I'm just going to throw a couple people in there. And I click create. And now, they might not have any new posts. There we go. No. Well, those 3 people don't have any posts, so that's not going to do me any good. But I have like my Shakeology HD, so to connect with my customers, my current customers, to make sure that I'm staying on their mind, I have them. Wiggle, wiggle, I work out. Okay? So I just have found that this has helped me so I don't get lost in my Facebook feed. I know that I've talked about using Kill My Facebook, but I liked Lindsay talked about last when she was doing her power hour is to schedule that time that I am going to scroll my Facebook feed, because I think, you know, that does matter. You are going to see some people's posts that might need help. And actually right after you said that, Lindsay, last week, I had a friend post that she was struggling with, just so stressed at work and blah, blah, blah. And I reached out to her, and we've still been chatting now this week about working out, and she's already started eating clean and all of this. So that, you know, I think taking that time, I know for myself, I get just very distracted. So I need to make sure that I schedule that time. Okay. So just like any of this, schedule the time to look at your list, schedule the time to connect with your prospects, schedule the time that you connect with your customers, schedule the time that you connect with your coaches. Maybe your connections are first thing in the morning when you wake up, so then in the evening you can follow up and answer those people. Okay, maybe that's what works for you. Or maybe it's opposite. Maybe you connect with people at night and you follow up with them in the morning. Okay, you have to find what works for you. But remember, you are scheduling that time, and that does not mean you send a message and then you wait for them to respond and you are responding to them right away. We've all done that. We've all been there, done that, and it sucks a lot of time out of what you really need to get done, and you miss doing everything else. I know I did. So when I first started, I felt like I constantly needed to have an empty inbox, and then I would feel overwhelmed, and then I would do nothing else but just chat with people all night long, and then I wasn't doing the other vital behaviors because I was just chatting with people. So make sure, like, treat it more, I like to say, treat it more like email where you send an email and you don't just wait for a response, right? You walk away and you do whatever, and then when they respond, then you respond to it. Like, that's what you need to do with Facebook Messenger, because I know that I was treating it as like chat, which many people, because it used to be just like chat, many people, I feel like many people struggled with that and still think of it that way. Even people, prospects that you're talking to probably think of it that way. But I just think to not worry about that. Like today I got home and I had 21 messages because I disconnected this weekend. So I had 21 messages that I needed to respond to. I sent messages out on Thursday before I left, and then never responded all weekend because I was not working while I was on vacation. I could have sent a quick message like, hey, I'm on vacation, I'll be back. But instead I chose to, sorry, I was on vacation. Sorry, I didn't get back to you. How are you? How was your weekend? Blah, blah, blah. And that's fine. People still respond. People aren't mad. Okay. But it's just about keeping that connection going. So I've mainly been talking about prospects, but I think something that Teamzy made me really focus on more than I did before. I'll say that I lost touch with a lot of customers. If they were not in my challenge group, I wasn't talking with them. And I probably lost some Shakeology HD customers because of that. Because I didn't have a good system of keeping in touch with my customers. So new coaches, especially, this is good for you to hear, is that, just keep in touch. Find a system that works. If it's Teamzy, great. If not, then just keep a list of your customers. Obviously, you can just go in the back office, find your customers, and maybe each night you just connect with one customer, just saying, again, just on a personal level. It doesn't have to be anything about Beachbody or about a program or about Shakeology, but just like, hey, how are you doing? Are you ready for summer? This weather's finally great, blah, blah, blah. Whatever it is that you're going to connect with them about. And again, you're just putting yourself back in their mind. And then maybe they're going to want to join your next challenge group because they're going to remember, oh yeah, Amanda's has those challenge groups every single month. I have not been good. I have not been following my 21-day fix. I have not been drinking my Shakeology, and I need to get back on track, and I need the accountability. Can I join your next group? Just because you sent them a hey girl message. Okay. And then another thing that Teamzy has made me conscious of is connecting with coaches. Because, I could talk with the same coaches all the time. I talk with Carly, Lindsay, Megan, Sheila, my coaches that are on my personally sponsored generally, or my upline, but I wasn't connecting with farther down the downline or other coaches on Lindsay's team, or other coaches on other teams that I am connected with on Facebook. And I think that keeping that connection with each other helps our entire team feel more like a team, but also just Beachbody in whole, just feel like we're all connected. And you can learn something from another coach from another team if you stay connected with them. I'm still trying to find another good, no offense to Lindsay because I love you, but a success partner, from another team, because I think it would help all of us to just learn from others as well and see if how other people do things. I had found one, but that one's just not quite working out. What else? I think that's mainly what I have to say about connecting, but I really think it's important to make sure that you're liking, commenting on people's posts. The main thing of creating those lists is so that you are connecting with the current challengers, with your customers. That's an easy way to stay connected with them and know what's going on in their Facebook world, at least. You're not going to know what's going on in their real life if you're not connecting with them through messages, but at least through Facebook world, you can stay somewhat connected. Connecting with coaches like I have, because another thing is that we can easily lose touch in each other's posts because we're not focusing on each other's posts, but it's good to support each other and like and comment on each other's posts so that those show up in our feeds more. So create a list of your personally sponsored coaches or the coaches in our team or the coaches that you really feel a connection with or you really like their posts. Not only to get ideas from their posts, but to like and comment on their posts to help them, to help their posts get seen more. I think that would be very helpful. And Lindsay's giving Rob wet willies. I think that's everything. So I'm going to unmute and see if anybody has any questions or anything that you want to add that's maybe worked for you.
Keep going.
All the way. Got it.
What?
I have something I want to say, but if someone else wants to go, I want them to go first.
Ready, set, go.
I'd like to say something.
Yeah.
You were talking about sending your messages and not doing your responses. I have found that in the morning by sending out all my messages and then responding later when I have more time to focus.
You're breaking up. You're breaking up, but I think what you said was you send them in the morning and respond in the evening?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That saved me a lot of time to get everything done that I need to get done in the morning.
Exactly. Right? Because then you're not feeling like I need to respond right away, and that could suck up an hour. When really, it only takes 5-10 minutes to send your however many connections to prospects you need to make. It really doesn't take that much time. But if you sat there and had to respond to everyone, yes, that's going to take an hour then, right? So I do think it saves time to just crank out the connections and then respond later.
I don't feel as stressed out either.
You don't feel as what?
Stressed out.
Oh, stressed out, yes.
Yep.
Anyone else? Thank you, Jen. Anything else that works for you, or
Is it my turn?
how about the Gray family?
Hi.
Hi.
I wanted to say something. First of all, I was telling Rob while you were talking that it's not the wine, but I feel like this is one of the best calls that you have ever ran. Like, the information was awesome. I learned a lot. I'm not a hey girl person, and hey girl scripts just make me, like, I'm thinking, whenever I hear that, first of all, I don't like hey girl. Second of all, I don't like scripts. And what you said about it completely made sense. So thank you for saying that. And then the last thing I wanted to say was, I think that it was huge when you said that you, just kidding, that you, if you can't find a way to connect with someone, then they're probably not somebody you want to talk to, because in this business, if you don't want to have coffee with that person, if you don't want to hang out with them, then they shouldn't be on your team.
Right.
Right? So I think that was great. I did have something, I forgot a shout out. Rob did his first Team Z Power Hour today.
All right.
He got 100% and crushed it. And there was something that I told him when he was asking, like, about connections. He was spending like 2 minutes looking at this guy's profile, trying to figure out how to talk to him. And basically, I just wanted to add, this is what I said to him, and this might help. When I determine if I'm going to talk to someone or not, I go to their Facebook page. First thing I do is look at mutual friends. So right away, I can tell if they're friends with Amanda, Carly, and Sheila, then I'm not going to message them because they're probably a coach or one of their customers.
Right.
Or if they, like, I'll look at their mutual friends first. Then I look at their, what they do, their cover photo and their profile picture. So then I can determine, do they have family? You know, what their life is kind of like, if they've been on a vacation recently, because those are big connection pieces with, where did you take that picture? You know, that place is gorgeous, whatever. And then the third thing I look at.
I love your petunias.
We won't have drinks again before the call. The third thing I look at is I give them about 5 seconds, about 2 scrolls on their Facebook to see what posts they have made. If I can't connect in about 8 seconds in some way on their page, then I
Bye.
I give him about 8 seconds.
See you
know?
later. Yeah, and I was like, for like 2 minutes, I'm like, what can I say to this guy? And, you know, I barely knew him. He had a couple friends that were mutual friends with me. And I was like, what can I say to him, Lindsay? And she said, if you thought about it this long, move on to the next guy. Because I don't know if everyone's using Teamsy, but Teamsy gives you that list of who you should be connecting with that day. And after like 2 minutes, she's like, you're wasting your time. Put him off till next week. Maybe he'll post, and that next weekend he'll have something about the Blackhawks, or he'll have something about baseball, or something that I can connect to with that guy. And then I can say, hey, I seen your post last week. You know, the Blackhawks suck this year. What should we do next year? You know, whatever I have to say to him, but don't waste your time. So it's great that Amanda was talking about relationships and scheduling when you should, you know, her inbox is full from going to Las Vegas. She had 21 when she came back, but she scheduled that knowing that she's going to be on her vacation. She said, nope, I'm not going to work. And then she came back and did that. So a lot of people, like, at first I got a message back right away, and I'm like, I got to message this person back. And Lindsay's like, no, you shouldn't, because you should do it all at once. So, yeah, that was good.
Yeah, it's easy to it's easy to get sucked in and want to respond right away, especially when you're new. I get it, because you're like, oh no, they're gonna go find somebody else and they're gonna order from someone else. Like, there's so many people out there, but remember that it's about the connection with you, and it's about the relationship that they have with you, and that they're joining you. They're not joining the program or Shakeology.
Right.
At least that's what you want. You want them to join you. So if it is an honest, loyal, potential prospect, then they're going to wait, and they're going to want to just connect with you and join your group. So don't feel the need to respond right away. I was that girl. So I know. But you'll get, if you schedule it, like, you'll be less stressed, like Jen said, if you just schedule the connections, send the messages, walk away, do the next thing that you need to do in your life, whatever it is, whether it's the next thing on your Power Hour to-do list, or if it is feeding your children, whatever the next thing is, or going to work and disconnecting at work. So that just have to make sure that you schedule your time throughout the day for each thing.
I'm so sorry. I only had 1 glass of wine, so I'm just happy. But I wanted to say that something that I've realized in the last few months as Rob has been working the business is that I completely dominate the computer every team call. And so because of the 3 weeks that I do run them for personally sponsored, our downline, and the other new coach, this 4th Monday that Amanda that you're running, I'm going to let him be like the face that's behind the computer, and I'll just kind of pop in and out, and I'm still going to listen, but I'll be more, I want to give him like that sense of team too. So it's nothing against anybody. This is just like, we really want to do this together, and I'm giving some of my control away. So that's why I'm thinking. No, I'm kidding. But I just wanted to tell you that so that you guys knew that on this call, Rob is going to be in here with you guys.
Yep, and you guys don't have to put on makeup, because I'm not going to put on makeup, so don't worry about it.
Never happened.
I love it. Apparently, you guys have a Christmas tree.
Yeah, did you see my note?
Oh my gosh.
It's so cute with the bows. I like it.
My grandma gave it to me, and she decorates it. She has a tree. She decorates it every single holiday year round. So I love her, and I just am always, every time I go there, Grandma, your tree looks so pretty, right? It's a conversation piece. It's right there in the middle of the room. Well, so she gave me one for my birthday.
Aw.
We talk about how we decorate it.
Yep, so right now it's the 4th of July tree. I don't know if you guys
it's
can see
Memorial
that.
Day.
Oh, Memorial Day.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
Got red, white, and blue beads and a couple bows.
This will be my background now on for you guys.
I love it.
Lights.
Okay, we're taking away the show.
Oh, sorry.
Mute.
No, it's
Well-
fine. I don't know that I have anything else. Does anyone have any questions? I know we have some new coaches on here. We've got a few minutes if anyone has any questions or anything.
No. Great call.
That was a good call.
Good. I hope
Can I
that
just say that my butt and my legs hurt so much today? I did PIO for like 7 hours yesterday.
Oh, you went to your class yesterday?
Yeah, I got PIO certified yesterday. I
Oh,
basically did PIO for 7 hours. Excuse me? Who does that?
My God.
My butt and my legs hurt so much. I got out of bed this morning and I was like, oh, my life is over.
Oh, that's so exciting.
That's exciting. Congrats.
Thanks.
I'm a
I know my-
giant jerk. I meant to give that shout out to Nicole. Sorry.
No, you didn't. It's fine.
Funny.
I'm never going to have an excuse not to work out again. I have like memorized choreography now.
Yeah. When you start teaching.
June 10th is my first class.
Oh, wow.
We like did the workout together at the beginning of class, and then we went through a couple different sections. We learned like how to cue the music and like when to cue on counts, and then we went through in like small groups, and then we had to teach part of the class. I had to put a microphone on and teach people that already knew what they were doing. I was like terrified.
Oh, awesome.
My face was like, I'm sure purple. It was so red. And so it was like really just the repetition of having to like break down the moves and learn how to teach them. We had to go over the same thing over and over again. If I never do another bowlers or curtsy lunge in my life, I will not be disappointed. That's like all we did yesterday.
Yeah, probably when
One
I
of
get
the
a guide certification, but it's probably nothing. It's probably similar, but not in like hurt my butt and
Yeah, I was just gonna say the same thing because Amanda did it and I both did it, but at different times, and it does teach you a lot about like yourself and mirror imaging. I don't know if you had to do all of that and like making sure you're on the beat and stuff. So congrats, that's awesome.
Yeah, the music stuff's not hard for me because I was in like band, so I like music. So that like figuring the downbeat and the upbeat was easy. The cueing part, I was like, I just wanted to tell them when I had to do it and not like before. So I had to like figure out the before part. So I liked the trainer that we had. She was like, just keep listening to your music in your car. So like on my way to work and on my way home today, I was listening to the music and like trying to figure out the counts and like when it started. And so now I have like 2 weeks before I teach my first class. So I should probably finish memorizing it.
you can do like a live workout for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, just do not put that in your mouth.
Like some sort of get together where we all just
I will spank your butt and send you to bed. You put that in your
You could do a Zoom PIO.
You choke and get hurt. I don't want you to.
What?
I can't hear anything.
I couldn't either. It just sounded like mumbling.
It's like the second time I heard some random like deep voice talking to us.
Oh, yeah. I think that's someone's husband.
Oh, that's Rex in the background.
Oh.
All right, well, if no one else has anything.
Oh, I have one thing. If anyone wants, I'm sort of terrified, but I'm doing my first live webinar this Thursday.
Good.
And if you guys want to invite anyone to the opportunity, you're more than welcome. So I'm almost done with the cover photo. I'll post it in the groups if you want to share. Feel free. I know I just did a Push to Emerald group and a sneak peek, so I'm just doing it again, and I'm trying to step out my comfort zone. So
Good job.
wish me luck.
Megan and I were going to do one this Thursday, but now we're not going. I'm not going to because I'm going to just invite people to yours.
Oh, thank you. Do it next week, maybe.
Well, yeah.
Cool. Awesome.
Yeah,
Thanks.
yeah, so stepping up and doing one. And everyone else, step up. Nicole, it's your turn too.
Wait a minute.
Presentation.
Can I please get through my first PIO class first? And then I'll do it. My brain is like mush right now. My legs are jello. My brain is mush. I got nothing.
Okay. Well, good job. Okay, anything else before we say goodnight? Should we take a picture? Take a pic.
Wait, make sure the tree's in there.
All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. All right, I think I got it. Hopefully it's cute. All right, everybody, have an awesome night. And I will post the recording now because I'm not too tired yet, so I can do it before I go to bed. Okay, bye.
Have a good night.
Bye. Thanks.
Thanks.